going to make a side dish for dinner, and I just thought I would sit, chat with you, and take you along with me. So we're going to make crab stuffed mushrooms. So I'm just going to start by using a can of crab meat that I had in my pantry. And my cat is eyeballing me because I've got some crab here. So I'm gonna give her some. So there we go, I'm just putting it in here. I already kind of like rinsed out the water. One last thing in my pantry. So we got some crab meat in here. With the crab meat, I'm just gonna use box stuffing because that's what I have in my pantry, and I kind of want to use stuff up. I don't think I'm going to use this whole thing. I'll have to save this. You know what I can do with this? I can put this in the blender and turn this into breadcrumbs. That's what I'll do with the leftovers that I'm not using today. There we go. I'm just kind of sprinkling on top. I'm not putting any other herbs or spices in here just because it's already pre-seasoned. So I'm just gonna put that aside. Now I'm going to, I think what I want to do is take some Parmesan cheese, some bits of Parmesan. I like to grind my own Parmesan. I don't like the store-bought at all. So I'm just putting a little sprinkle of that in here. So that's where we're at the moment. Then I am just going to, this is a garlic butter. So I'm just gonna put some garlic butter. I love this stuff because at the farmer's market, at the Mennonite farmer's market, there's a person that sells this. They make it themselves. So it's, from what I can tell, I don't know what the list of ingredients are in there because it just says herbs, spices, garlic, and butter. It kind of looks like there's like chives in here, possibly Italian seasoning, and garlic. And there's red flecks in there. So I'm thinking like red pepper flakes, not like spicy pepper flakes, but dehydrated like pepper, I think. So I'm just going to, I have no idea what's in it, but it is delicious. And I'm just gonna give this a stir and kind of mix these up. Okay. There, it's all mixed up. In hindsight, I don't think I should have drained the crab meat because the stuffing will have absorbed that. But we're just cooking. You're just over at my house and watching me cook, but I like to experiment in the kitchen. I can already feeling that soften up, actually. So if you make this, do not drain the crab. Just go ahead and stir the breadcrumbs in or your stuffing in. If you have leftover, this would be actually a good appetizer for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna have to remember that. So these are stuffing mushrooms and they're already pre-cleaned. I'm just gonna remove some of the gills like around to make room for it to go into, the stuffing to go into, and waste not, want not, as the mushrooms are going in. So when you take it off, it kind of looks like that. And there's just like a rim here. I don't know how to describe it, but there's like this rim here. So I'm just ripping that off, just so that there's more stuffing. Doesn't want more crab. This kind of reminds me of those like the fancy restaurants you get. So I'm just putting the mushroom in there. So putting that all in. So how's everybody doing today? Is everybody well? Everybody's family as well? You know, I'm usually sad about the garden seasoning ending, but this year I'm not really that sad about it. It was a very busy year. You've seen my garden videos. I have a little garden, but my sister has a very small garden, and my niece fell in love with gardening. So I ended up getting a plot, an allotment that's about 500 square feet. So we could spend time together with my sister and my nieces and I and my daughter and my son and my husband and her 2 daughters and my sister's 2 daughters, which are my 2 nieces, and her husband, you know, that we could spend some quality time. I find gardening very therapeutic, and you know, I wanted to extend that to her. That's kind of like my love language is acts of service. I love doing things for people, like making people smile and making people happy. I think that's why that's one of the reasons why I became a nurse. I enjoy helping people. Acts of service is my love language, or my love language to others. So I'm just gonna stir all of this in, mix those mushroom bits in there. Oh, and I wanted to add some cheese. I think mozzarella would have been good with this, and I don't have any. All I got is this portion of marbled shredded cheese. My daughter had a get together with her friends because they're going on a trip, and there's leftover shredded cheese, so I'm using it up. Okay. Gotta use stuff that you have. We all want to eat healthy and be perfect, but sometimes, you know, I don't villainize any food or like to villainize any food. I know what makes me feel well and what doesn't, and you know, sometimes treats are okay. Anyways, so the allotment has been quite busy, so I'm just going to take the mushroom cap and put the filling in. So we've been really busy at the allotment. You know what? I think next year, I don't know if you're interested, I will put that as part of my video content. But, wow, I don't know how homesteaders and farmers do it, but wow, the weather, the pests, the weeds, it was exhausting. I just have a time, like you see my little garden. I have a small garden, and it's very easy to maintain, very therapeutic for me with my health. and I really enjoyed it. But man, having the allotment, and that's only 5,000 square feet. Some of these homesteaders have acreage and acreage and huge gardens. So I'm just amazed now when I watch their videos. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but very, it's funny. It's a lot of work and you're exhausted by the end of the season, but I'm sure by next season I'll be raring to go. Just the end of the season is like tiring. Okay, so we're getting these stuffed. So do you have any thoughts about the end? Are you sad to see the garden season ending? I'm ready for a rest. I'm ready for a rest. I want to do some crochet projects. And I enjoy learning and reading. So I have a few courses that I want to do. I don't know if anyone believes in astrology and that not, but my sun's sign is Gemini, and Geminis are lifelong learners. Often we're jack of all trades. We just want to do everything, learn about everything, and I just want to use up the rest of this crab meat. My husband loves stuffed mushrooms, so he's going to enjoy it. I'll eat mushrooms, but it's not like my favorite thing. It's not something that I will reach for. So this is what they look like. I got 9 out of that, 1 can. What I am going to do right now is put them in this tray in my air fryer. I have I think it's a 5.9, 5.8 quart air fryer. So this pan fits inside, this baking dish fits inside. So I'm just gonna put this in my air fryer at probably, I'm gonna do 400 for 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna preheat my air fryer first because it has a preheat function. It's much better that way. So I'm gonna preheat it for 5 minutes, put these in, and I'll show you what they look like when they come out. All right, so they're in my air fryer. I'm gonna tidy up and I'll see you in about 10 to 15 minutes. And I'll let you know how long they were in there for. Hi everyone, so welcome back. We did finish the mushrooms. So I did 400 on my air fryer for exactly 12 minutes. And here they are. They look, I'm gonna see if I can lift it up. They look fantastic. And they smell really good too. So hope you give this recipe a try. It's an easy, perfect, I think, for a festive side dish or an appetizer for a party or whatnot. These are ingredients that I already had. I didn't have to go buy them except for the mushrooms, but we always buy mushrooms every time we go to the grocery store. My husband loves mushrooms and my daughter, so we always usually have a pack of mushrooms. So I was just kind of pittering in the pantry and making room and space for stuff, and I saw the crab meat and I saw the stovetop stuffing mix, and I'm like, oh, think I can stuff mushrooms with these. So I will come back and let you know how they taste.
These mushrooms came out perfectly. They tasted so good. My husband said that they even tasted better than the restaurant. I will definitely be making these again. Sometimes experimenting in the kitchen pays off.